In India's telecom market, Airtel managed 27 distinct data plans. The disruptor Jio entered with exactly 3. While pricing was a factor, Jio added 100 million subscribers with this constraint. The contrast reveals a massive preference for simplicity. Classical economics assumes that maximizing individual freedom, giving people more choices, always maximizes their welfare, and by extension, your sales. We see this assumption driving modern digital commerce. Amazon lists over 12 million products, and streaming platforms flood our screens with thousands of unique titles. Yet for many consumers, this volume leads to friction. We spend 45 minutes scrolling through movie thumbnails only to turn off the TV, or we abandon an online shopping cart because picking between 50 nearly identical phone cases is a mental drain. If the corporate playbook insists that infinite choice is the ultimate consumer benefit, we have to investigate why providing it can frequently stall a sale. In the year 2000, psychologists Sheena Iyengar and Mark Lepper published this landmark paper titled When Choice is Demotivating. They designed a naturalistic A/B test inside an upscale grocery store in California. Over 2 consecutive weekends, shoppers encountered a tasting booth. Sometimes the booth displayed 24 exotic flavors of jam. Other times it displayed a limited selection of 6. 60% of shoppers stopped for 24 jars, compared to 40% for 6. But conversion inverted. 30% of small table visitors purchased jam, while only 3% of massive table visitors did. The small table generated 10 times more sales. An extensive array of options acts as a powerful marketing magnet, but it frequently functions as a final hurdle for the customer. To see if this was a fundamental psychological trait rather than a retail fluke, the researchers moved the experiment to the Stanford University campus. As detailed in the study's procedures section, students in an introductory psychology course were offered an extra credit essay. Half the students chose from 30 potential essay topics. The other half chose from just 6. The group with 30 topics saw a 2-fold failure. Fewer students completed the assignment, and those who did wrote lower quality essays than the students in the limited choice group. Choice overload does more than stall decision-making. The friction involved in weighing dozens of options consumes the mental energy required to perform a task well. To understand exactly what happens inside the brain to cause this shutdown, a third experiment was conducted at Columbia University. Students chose to sample from either a large or small array of chocolates. The data in this desirability of choosing section highlights a contradiction. Participants choosing from 30 options found the process more enjoyable, but simultaneously much more difficult and frustrating. This internal conflict stems from a psychological trap known as the burden of responsibility. When a consumer makes a choice from a menu of just 6 items, they have a mental safety net. If they pick a flavor that tastes slightly off, they can blame the limited selection. When the menu expands to 30 items, that safety net disappears. With that much abundance, the consumer assumes a perfect option must exist. If they pick wrong, the responsibility for that error falls entirely on them. To escape the fear of post-choice regret, the human brain simply opts out of making a decision entirely. This phenomenon creates what psychologist Barry Schwartz termed the tyranny of choice, a concept that directly challenges traditional volume-based business strategies. Major manufacturers have validated this theory by auditing their product lines. As noted in the study here, Procter & Gamble reduced the versions of their Head & Shoulders shampoo from 26 down to 15 and experienced a 10% increase in sales. This logic of simplification was a key differentiator in the Indian telecom clash. Jio's 3-tier structure removed the cognitive burden required to navigate Airtel's 27 options. In modern commerce, excessive choice functions as a cognitive tax. In an economy of infinite inventory, the most valuable premium a business can offer is curation, providing customers the relief of a pre-filtered selection. Look at your own storefronts, service menus, or onboarding flows. Are you guiding your audience, or are you paralyzing them? If you want to see more breakdowns of the psychology shaping commerce, hit the subscribe button and let me know in the comments where you've experienced choice overload yourself.